was raised on Lake Blackshear up in South Georgia, and I had a 12-foot Thompson, which is a little boat with a 5-horse Johnson, and I thought I was nobody could tell me nothing, all about boats. But Yachting Magazine and Motorboating Magazine was the magazine. Huckins had a second page ad with their Huckins boats on it. This is back in the 50s now. And I got just fell in love with their boats. Of course, never saw one, but I loved their boats. And lo and behold, many years later, I had a chance to get one. Well, my wife told me one day after I told her, I said, I'm going to go ahead and retire 90 days before school's out because I had my days built up. And when I listened to her, I do well. She whispered, says, well, Bucky, says, you ought to go ahead and teach them 90 days. I says, well, I'll have my 30 years in. She says, if you'll teach the 90 days, you can buy that extra year that you took off and they'll pay you on 31 years instead of 30. And while I'm doing the math real slow in my head, she just says, to you, that means you can buy a bigger boat. I said, oh! So I ran straight to the internet, and the first, I went and check on the Huckins end, and the first Huckins that come up was over there at Lamb's. It was belonged to Charlie Conway. And I came down, and before I stepped on the boat, my mind was made up I was going to buy this boat. And I've owned it 18 years. And of course, it's a blessing to have a wife to really enjoy the boat as much as I do. Our adventure is to go to different places to eat, the Yacht Club, White's, anywhere we can go eat or go down to St. Augustine, and there's just too many places to picture. I fish with a credit card. Anywhere I can use a MasterCard, I'm going to eat a seafood buffet, and that's what we like to do. Eat and read and ride, that's kind of what we do. But the Huckins is just such a cool boat, and so you won't lose it at the dock, you won't get it mixed up with anybody else's boat, and some people call them character boats, but what I've learned is the people that own them are the characters. So we've had the boat, 18 years now, and we love it. Huckins is something you have to experience. It's more than just a boat on the water to me. It has a personality all of its own. To me, they're like cats. You don't really own a Huckins. You use it and share the environment with the boat. And it'll take care of you if you take care of it, but don't mistreat her. She'll come back and get you. But if you'll take care of it, she's always brought us home. We've never had any trouble. And now we're talking 18 years.
One summer we took my sister, who was my 7th birthday present, so she's 7 years younger than I am by 4 days, and her daughter, who at that time was in high school, down to St. Augustine. So we were there and we were wandering around and doing things, and that night we came back to the boat, and all of a sudden Bucky had gone outside and he hollers, hey, y'all, come on here. 2 slips over where there were no other boats around, it was just full of dolphins. And they were in there just gobbling up fish right and left. Bucky said I could just reach out there and touch one, but I was afraid my hand would look too much like some little fish and it might grab it. So we went outside and watched the dolphins play around for a while.
As you know, we're at the 90th anniversary, but the picture behind me was at the 75th anniversary. And we met down in Palatka, Florida. We just cruised around down there and had a really good time. It's amazing. You meet these people, whether they're still own a Huckins, or they're looking for another Huckins, or they're in between Huckins. You make friends with some of the most, again, like I said, they're characters. I mean, they're the most interesting people you've ever talked to. And today, since we've only been over a few hours, people from all over the country have come over and spoke to me, remembering me from the different places. I mean, everybody takes the time to give you all the advice in the world, and as we do with our Huckins, we'll sit around, swap recipes, and have a beverage. It's a wonderful life. We're overblessed.